So, you know, as time has passed, a lot of people have dropped out, a lot of good people have dropped out, and a lot of other people have been inveigled by this network of that maybe traces back to George Soros, the We Are Truth group, and all of these other national organizations, 9/11 Truth. And I, at that point, when I saw what was happening there, I kind of dropped back because I had reached my conclusion. The buildings came down in 10 seconds, violating all the laws of physics, and that automatically should have convened a grand jury somewhere. Every cop in the goddamn world should be brought up on charges of ignoring the obvious crimes that took place right before their eyes as all this happened.
That's right.
And yet we hid it all behind the flag. They waved the flag. We all went blind. Nobody could think about it straight for like 6 months.
Including me, John, when I started. When I saw that, you know, I said, hey, let's nuke the Arabs, is what I was screaming.
I had a friend, an ex-friend down here who was riding around the neighborhood with a 45 on his seat looking for Muslims.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, the anger, I didn't know how to react. I mean, look, I had never experienced that kind of trauma in my life, and in fact, you know, the very thought of it still brings back chills to me. It's shocking to think that a group of human beings would purposefully do something so heinous. It's unbelievable, but true, that there is a concerted effort out there, John, to kill us.
That's old news now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, to me now it's old news, but not in 2001 it wasn't.
No, that's right. And now, one of the real mind openers, eye openers, is realizing what they're doing in the atmosphere. And Sophia has done on that. What is that website? She has contrailsmyass.com.
Yeah.
On the shit that they are putting into us, they are actually changing the composition of human beings.
Well, I know, and Jennifer Lake has been looking into that as well. And I'm you know, one of the things I want to tell you about Ren. So, you know, myself, you included, and Jennifer have had a couple of articles put up on Rents. And of course, as soon as he realized what he'd done with me, he took it off. And he also took off Jennifer's research on the flu because it was very close to the truth in every instance.
Oh man!
And you know, look, they're overloading us with metals, and one of the metals that is coming out is this radioactive barium. Barium is by definition a low-level radioactive metal, and then they've got microscopic aluminum in there. Now, both barium and aluminum attack the immune system, and as you get a buildup of these metals inside you, they pass the blood-brain barrier, they get into your brain, they cause prion presets, they cause Alzheimer's disease, they cause immune deficiency, they cause all kinds of things.
We have to remember on each of these subjects, and God knows there are millions of them,
yep.
We have to remember one thing. We have to devote an equal amount of time to, yes, comprehending the details, but then second, and almost simultaneous, we have to try to identify who it was that perpetrated this. And the more often we do that, the more often we will find that the cause of the problem traces back to the same source.
That's right. And in the latest incantation, of course, we take a look at a guy like Ron Paul. Everybody wants him to be their savior, and here we go with him co-authoring a book with the chairman of the PNAC document. And I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's true. And then of course, you know, even people claiming it's at mid-level points that they were truth tellers, like a guy named Lehrman over in New Mexico. His father,
Leland Lehrman.
Yeah, well, his father's a PNAC co-signatory and head of the committee. And you know, it can't. You know, it's like the guy Perlman there. Not Perlman. Who's this guy? His father was a B'nai B'rith executive, and he's now the new Al Qaeda. I mean.
Oh yeah, that guy. no, but those are superficial media things for consumption and the edification of the feckless goyim.
Yes, yes.
The real names we need to investigate are John Gold, who was the guy who went around giving money to all the 9/11 groups with the proviso that they not ever mention Israel. And that infected many of the 9/11 groups. Another guy is Rick Siegel, a supposed public-spirited citizen who just happened to be sitting on Staten Island on 9/11 and supposedly filmed the planes flying into the buildings, which would be an interesting occupation if there actually were no planes. He has become the bane of a lot of people in the 9/11, or at least the one person, and there are more than one, who are trying to ID the perps. That's what we got to do. We got to know who they were. And she's one of those people who, to that end, began to run Ernst Zundel videos on her website to try to expand people's consciousness. And because of that, she has been blackballed by all these Jewish-controlled 9/11 skeptics subgroups.
Oh, well, you know, we had this guy, Eric John Phelps, pushing that the Black Pope was behind all this, and then he turned out...
Daryl, he's an Israeli diamond merchant.
That's right, John. He's a diamond merchant. You can't make this stuff up. But then let's get into the government, people. Let's talk about, you know, the father and son of the Kagans, the father and son of the Crystals, the Fromes and the Ladines and the Irving. Libby. His name is not Libby. His name is Leibowitz. We can go down the list and just keep. Ari Fleischer, Dov Zolkheim. It's an endless litany. We can get into Obama. Yeah.
I know, but don't let that become a distraction, and don't throw up your hands like that, because that is the objective in naming those people is to follow the path to their controller.
That's right.
And the controller is most definitely located somewhere amongst the focal points of Wall Street, the City of London, and whatever castle you want to pick on the European continent.
That's right.
Somewhere in that axis, under the influence of the World Sanhedrin, they are running the world and turning it into exactly like Palestine.
That's right.
Palestine, Iraq, and Afghanistan are the models if we allow this Jewish putz of the world to continue.
Well, do you remember the guy Berkshire Hathaway? What's his name there?
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett standing with Evelyn Rothschild and Arnold Schwarzenegger at his castle, with the castle in the background. You want to know who the guy that runs the show? One of them. It's not just people, but then they have their spiritual arm of criminals in the Lubavitch, the Chabad Lubavitch. They've done a very, very thorough job of
Oh, they're good.
Oh, yeah, they're good. And you know, it's force multiplication is what they've been able to be good at, because they're not huge in numbers.
I don't think I understand that statement.
Well, they've been able to take and generally people who think they're doing a good thing in many instances.
Oh, yes.
And sign them up to stuff.
I was just talking about that the other day while examining the Tavistock kind of influence on the 60s. I told someone that I didn't have any children because I read Paul Ehrlich, and he said the world was overpopulated and it's going to result in a lot of people needlessly dying. So I thought I would be noble and say, well, I don't have any children because there's plenty of people in the world. That was a trick.
Yeah.
To get the United States to stop reproducing, and now we are going to reap the whirlwind of that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you know, you take a look at Tavistock developing the rock and roll industry out of Britain and making sure that all of their icons are somehow either degenerate or homosexual. And you can go down the list. You know, and they're still doing it today. They've got this new guy named Young that's singing his butt off. He's gay, so they're moving people away from this population. The population thing is important, and this homosexual movement is extremely integral to their plan of reducing world population.